Good shot. Oh, good shot. Bro, wait, that's actually so good. You, my friend, have just won the fight for your team. Oh. Ew. Just keep in mind though, chat, I haven't VOD reviewed in like, maybe like 3 years. I think it's been 3 years since I've done a VOD review. Let's do some today. Because I have a few people every now and then come to my chat and ask to look at their gameplay or look at their stats or something like that, and I don't really do that sort of thing, but I was like, you know what? It's Christmas. Let's do some VOD reviews for fun. Alright chat, let's get it started. So we're watching ConLasMierdas? Is that how you say it? Right. There we go. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, I like the positioning. Good position. I'm surprised your tanks are so far up and that they haven't been punished for it yet. But the only thing I found though, when you're just standing there, like you're standing still, bro. Imagine if they ran out the gate with a Heller and 2-tapped your ass, or like with another damage boost Widow and just tapped you in the head, or like a Hawkeye and just tapped you in the head. Or standing still like for the first 5 shots or so. Then we start jumping, but you're still in the same spot. The more it goes on, the more you move. You just need to not stand still. Just don't stand still. Imagine, it's like, just imagine if the scenario is different. Like, I understand they came out on like Spider-Man Squirrel, and it's a great spot to start in that spot there, but just move a little bit. Also, me personally here, I would be unscope shotting them. You're very close to them. I don't know if you run a slow sense or a fast sense, but you're very close to them. This is always like my favorite point for Widow. Okay. Spider-Man flew in over the top. He was in your scope, you would have seen him. And you would have heard him. I heard him fly over your head. And you took like a bajillion years to turn around. Spider-Man's your #1 priority. I like, if there's any diver on the enemy team, run at them, bro. Run at them. Sending warning shots to Spider-Man to let them know who is boss. Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. Go for the kick. Go for the kick. Like there, your Mantis died. It would have been really nice for you to run at him, jump at him, kick stun him, and pull him off your Mantis for a second, so she had a second to like catch her breath, if that makes sense. Good, good. Yes. W. With that ultimate, by the way, do you use voice comms? Because I noticed your Luna went back to heal and went off damage boost. If you... Oh, your comm band, rip. That sucks. That sucks. I was gonna say, if you do use voice comms, always ask your Luna to turn it to purple. Ask for the damage boost. I use the word DB, but I found that a lot of people don't know what DB means, even though it means damage boost. Like, I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. Not bad though. Not bad this fight. And especially your ultimate there. I sometimes, if we don't need it for ult economy, I will throw my ult onto the invis player inside of her ult, and it makes her vulnerable. You know the purple effect that they get over them? That means you can one-tap her through that. You have damage boost on you. Like, you can one-tap... If you make the invis woman vulnerable and headshot her through her ult, you can one-tap her. You know, it's pretty solid. Again, you did see him fly over the top. I don't know if it makes sense when I say this, but I mean, I know sometimes it's hard to see Spider-Man because he's only on your screen for like 0.5 of a second. But when it comes to awareness, you've got to be looking everywhere and your crosshair, if that makes sense. When you're aiming, you want to be focused of what's falling into your crosshair and click when it falls into your crosshair. Like, let people just fall into it. But aside from that, like when it comes to awareness, if you're looking at your peripherals every now and then, you're going to notice so much more is happening and where so many other people are positioned. And you're not going to feel as tunnel visioned, you know? Pretty much. Also, you're playing very far up. Very, very far up. If you're in range of a Groot to put a wall behind you, you're too far up. It's not a bad kick though, don't get me wrong. But once this ult goes up, get out. Get out of there. You gotta be gone, bro. You gotta be gone.
That topped me off.
Oh no. That's alright, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. Good. Still very far up. I think you could have gotten a lot more value a lot more value out of this fight playing a little further back because you are playing frontline Widow right now and it's too far up. Like, they're going to absolutely decimate you. If I were you, like in this situation where your team's pushing up, I would either play like around here, like where the camera is now, like literally here, or I would play around this little island here. Look at that angle. You can still see them. Then you have cover right behind here if you need to take cover. This is a very open space. And they are going to get you if you're standing here. I was also going to say in this bit, so yes, you focus the amp. It's good that you're focusing the amp, but sometimes, me personally, if I start focusing the amp and I notice nobody else is shooting at it, I don't shoot at it. Even if I'm calling it, even if I'm pinging it, like, and nobody shoots at it, there's no point in me shooting at it because I'm just wasting time then. Good focus, good focus. Oh, the batons, bro, the batons, hell yeah. I love it. Well, I would be chasing that guy to that health bag, bro. Or backing up. That's what I would have been doing. Oh, they C9'd that shit. What the hell? They C9'd that.
2-2.
We take those. We take those. He's coming in on you, Mantis.
Shake it up. I've got that extra lethal feeling.
Still there. And Witch faded to your right. Their Scarlet Witch is overextended as heck right now. I can't even see her on the screen and I know she's overextended as heck. Like, I've been hearing both of them behind you for ages. You know what I mean? She is a body shot away from dying. And this guy, about to kill your Luna. Your supports are like, about to die. They're trying to patty cake. Magic's in between them trying to help, but they're about to die. Like, they've been behind you for ages, man. No, that's so unlucky. Yeah, that's rough. That's unlucky that the group died before you got your kick. That is really unlucky. Like, your kick, to explain it better, your kick is your get out of jail free card. You know how Invis has her push and her invisibility? That's her get out of jail free card. Or oh shit button, as some people call it. Rocket has a dash. Mantis has a sleep. Luna has a freeze, you know? Things like that. C&D has a fade. Just different things to help them get out of trouble. Your kick is your oh shit button / get out of jail free card. That's what your kick is, so. Good chase, good chase. You know it's coming around? Yep. Nice. Nice. No! Almost. Good stun though. Really good stun. That was really, really good.
Only 60 seconds
I can see the panic settling in a little bit though. Very far up. Very far up. Good headshot on the rocket, but you're very overextended there. Like, massively. The second you didn't get any picks in that Angela ult, you should have backed a little bit because they're gonna be regenerated and they're gonna be ready to like attack you guys again. Spider-Man's home. Good, I'm glad you're looking at him. And too far. Overextended. Overextended. I understand if you want to give the Groot a hug, but I can guarantee you that Groot's not the best character to hug. He's gonna get thorny bushes in you all the time. He's gonna like impale you with twigs. Don't run into Groot. Like, no front line, no front line. You're only front line when your team has a crazy advantage. Groot can one-shot 250 HP. Another reason to not go near Groot. Ooh, you're lucky there. You did have time to sprint stun that. If you got to it. Good kill. Too far up, but good kill. Really good, valuable kill. That's alright. That's alright. Good track. That's Spider-Man. That's alright though. Good target priority there. Really good target priority there. I could see the vision and like when you killed Invis, that was the biggest pick that you could have gotten there. That was massive. It's unlucky that you missed the second shot on Rocket, but good try and follow up on the Rocket. But I wouldn't be that far up. The Strange was there. The Strange? Doctor Strange can kill you so quickly, by the way. If your subs don't look at you, yeah, no, that like Strange is going to like obliterate you. Good. That's alright. That doesn't matter that he got out. Good focus though. Good focus.
Plasma.
Nice. Yes. Good, you get the lift with that. That's massive. And they're down their rocket. Even better, so she doesn't get res there. That was good. Why didn't that give me the stun? No, that's on the game, bro. That's on the game, that one. Where was your stun at? It didn't give you a stun, bro. But no, that was good target priority, though. Last fight. Good shot. Oh, good shot. Bro, wait, that's actually so good. You, my friend, have just won the fight for your team. Oh! Oh! Ew! Ew! Like, that was nasty. Damn. Yeah, the second you picked up that invis and the rocket as well, so that she didn't get rezzed, chef's kiss. That was like, you just won the game at those 2 kills. Even before you shot the Spider-Man, you won the game at those 2 kills. You'll do stuff like that, but then you'll do the other stuff. Yeah, I think the inconsistency with your plays is you go between like hitting a lot of your shots and then not, and it's the inconsistency in aim. But also the fights that you get nothing done are fights where you're overextended. Like, they're fights where you're way too deep, like in the middle of the enemy team, and your team's nowhere to be found. You're not going to get any value and you just die. Yeah, no, definitely CK, definitely, yeah. I think the best thing to take away from the VOD for you, when you get tunneled, don't overextend, because I find that's when that happens most. Take a second to be like, okay, take my time with this. Slow it down a little bit. Aim-wise, be patient. I can see when you panic and I can see when you don't. Take your time to hit your shots. It's okay if you need to line one up. You're a sniper character. You don't have to keep constantly shooting. And don't take 1v1s with tanks. You won't win. Always take the 1v1s with the squishies. Squishies are your biggest priority. Supports and dive characters first, and then any other squishies beyond that. But, yeah. No. But no, overall, W. W VOD. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can have a look at this one. That's alright. Let's have a look at this one. How is Widow ult supposed to be used? You got some time on Widow, but don't know all the little things about her. Widow's ult, it has a few different uses. If the enemies are all grouped together, you can knock off most of their health and make them vulnerable. Like, if you fully charge an ult onto them and like blow them up that way. You can also use it to pick off someone. My personal favorite way to use it to pick off someone is I will body shot a support and then I'll fully charge ult them and make sure the ult hits them to kill them and finish them off, and also hits the support next to them, and then I shoot the support next to them, if that makes sense. Because then that gets me 2 support kills, normally, which is always massive. And then on the rare occasion that you're feeling very confident in your own shots, you can use it to cancel Inviswoman ult or CND ult at the end of her ult, and you can just tap them with the vulnerability. Let's have a look at Hikari's VOD now. We looked at CK's before, this is Hikari's one. W kill! W kill! And it's good that you're watching the flank there as well. You have time to chill here, that's fine.
I spy some bad guys.
Even though you're allowed to like play quite aggressive here, because they're not fully like grouped up yet, one thing that I would suggest, if you did need, I don't know how often you use it, but if you did need a good angle for Widow, right here is beautiful. I usually open this map on either side of this, and I will run down here and up through here, sit here and watch the window. You have the perfect angle on them. They're all gonna push that window, even on this side. Look at that.
I got you covered.
Like, see, now you're on the low ground. You couldn't see the 2 that were like walking past then. There had 2 people walk past then. If you were holding on that back high ground that I showed you 2 seconds ago, Hikari, you would have been able to like poke shots at them, which is why I always reset back there. Gives you a better angle. Nice. Good to know, yeah. And like, it's good that you're up this far as well, following up on your team. But when you're over here, right? The reason I say reset over to here is you could have taken shots at them while they were crossing before, and then you can sprint jump over to here, melee up here, and come follow up that way. Or, I don't know if you knew, but you can also sprint jump up to this high ground as well here. You can sprint jump, like, I don't know if you've tried it, but you can jump off of these cylinders. If you sprint jump off of them and land on the edge of the high ground, you can get up there. Being a Widow player, you can still traverse the map quickly when you need to play aggressive, if that makes sense. Good flank. I like this. Moon Knight uses on, so you don't have to be too worried for a second. Why are they not looking at you? Are they blind? Are they deaf? Me personally, they haven't paid any attention to you at all. I would have either walked around the back or walked up just a tiny bit more here and started poking the Jeff, because the Jeff he's just been spraying and not getting punished for it. You know, in this sort of situation, Jeff has a massive head. Every time you shoot him, he's gonna go dive underground. And whether you kill him or not when he dives underground, you're still preventing him from healing for a couple seconds. Like that means that the enemy team doesn't get Jeff heals for a few seconds. But instead that whole time he's just sitting there spraying. Like you shoot him now that he walks in, but like before you could have, like my point is that before you could have just like pressured him a little bit more. But don't feel bad if you don't get the kill on Jeff, because if you shoot his big head, he's still gonna burrow and maybe use a bubble, and that's still his resources and time being used up over a Widow headshot. Like, you know, regardless of whether he dies or not. Bro, how'd the Angela not touch? What the hell? Good poking. Me personally though, you're looking at a DPS standing there. I can almost guarantee you that if you halved up here and stood here for a second, look at that angle on the Jeffy. Look at that Jeffrey down there. Look at that massive land shark head that you could be shooting at. You know, you could have poked, instead of poking the Punisher, poke their support out, jump down, get their flank DPS, mess them up, whether your supports die or not, you know, at least you're helping them out. But yeah, I mean, it's good that you have turned for your supports though. It's good that you are peeling for them. W. Oh. Right there, Jeff should be dead by now. Jeff should be dead by now. And you should have gotten the kill on Jeff. That should have been your pick right there. He's been hit with the strange ult. Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes I know what you mean, because sometimes it does get overwhelming with all the colors on the screen. Regardless of whether you ended up focusing the people on your left or the people in front of you. Like, you should have sprint jumped up and shot the Jeff. Like, he was a free pick there. Nice, yes. You look for that Panther. You hunt that guy down. Good shot, by the way. Oh, that's rough. I personally, I wouldn't solo ult someone like that. You have all the space in the world right now. Your team's about to take over point. Sprinting after Panther and body shotting him unscoped would have helped a lot more there, instead of wasting a solo ult, because you could have held your ult for the next fight when you might have needed it for something, or could have gotten a pick on their Jeff, because if you know, like you tried to before when you had your first ult in the game, you shot the Jeff in the head and went to the ult, and like even though he like swam off and you missed it, like it was still the sort of intention that you want to have. Nice. Like, by the way, when I do say don't get close enough to Daredevil, I only mean that when you're not next to your team. If you're in your team near your supports, it's okay to duel Daredevil because you have help. But dueling Daredevil 1v1, Widow vs Daredevil and no help, you're going to lose that 9 times out of 10. Just because he has all that bonus health, he has the crazy deflect, he has crazy abilities, and even if you shoot, kick stun, shoot, melee him, and shoot him again, if they're not all headshot shots, you're dead. A low sense or a high sense. Sensitivity is more what you're comfortable with. I think the low sensitivity that Hikari is running is perfect for them. Yes. Yes. Oh no! No, I was so ready for the ult, bro. I'm so ready for that. That's rough. Nice. You got it anyway. Good. Very winnable if you kill this Panther here. Yeah. Good job. Good jump there. Nice kick. Nice stun. Ooh. Almost. That was good. In that duel, the only thing that would have helped you kill the Panther faster is after your second shot, when you stunned him and you shot him, melee him. Hit him with that, you know, the wabam. Like, because he will die to that. He had pretty much, I think he had low enough health to die to the melee then. That was really well played. You got the pick on the Jeff, and even though your team didn't win this fight, you got the pick on the Jeff, And you did get the pick on the Panther as well. And yeah, the only thing that you could have done at the end of that combo was melee him to kill him a bit faster. But that was really well played. What is that C&D doing? Free pick, yes. I'm glad you got that. That's a free pick. Freest pick of your life, bro. I'm glad you got the C&D because that was the freest pick of your life. Okay, one thing I do like though is your patience with your aim is great, but when it comes to the duels, like dueling certain characters, you have to know specifically every character's like strength and weakness against you, and you have to know how to easily exploit their weakness. For example, that Panther, when he dashed through your team about 20 bajillion times and ended up killing you as well, after he'd killed your entire backline, you should have kicked him so much earlier. You could have killed him, like right at the start of that round. Also, I do like that you go for a flank every now and then. That's always nice to mix up the angle. Always try and look for any angle that just gives you an advantage, and you can see more while staying far enough away from the enemy team. You know that bridge on the first map that I suggested to you? I think that bridge, like it's my favorite spot to hold on that map because no one pushes the far side of the first map. No one pushes the far side of this map. Like literally nobody sits on this. No one does. It's very, very rare that someone sits on this outer side. People just don't flank. They don't. Like, you holding this off angle is an extra angle that they have to worry about, you know? Because otherwise they're just directing all their fire down main and, you know, your team's copying fire as well as yourself, so your supports are working overtime, you know? Places like that is a nice spot to sit. But aside from that, like, you got pretty solid gameplay, and I like that you do look out for the flanks, you look out for the flank characters, you help your subs, you peel for them. Your positioning's pretty decent, and your target priority is pretty decent as well. I wouldn't say they're both perfect. I'd say there's every now and then there's a couple situations where you could change it up a bit and like be a little more aware of like your surroundings and stuff like that. What characters on the enemy team can and can't reach you. But aside from that, like pretty decent overall. I would say that was a pretty solid one too.